Today I'm going to do a short how-to video on a reptile hide finish that I do a lot on furniture and surfaces. This finish I use on like tabletops, furniture tops. I've even incorporated it onto fronts of drawers. You can get creative and kind of use it any way you want. I thought that might be kind of fun to kind of think outside the box and try doing it on a chair seat. Plus I have a chair that's half painted. I have this painted with my favorite CC Caldwell paint that I also carry on my store. What you want to do is you want to take your cheesecloth sheet and open it up as big as it'll go. And then I like to stretch it a little bit so it's not real perfect. It's so thin that it kind of pulls like a nylon that you put on and then you get like a blowout. So that's actually good. Okay, and I don't glue it down. You can just set it right on your surface or on your piece of furniture, even on the edge. There's a company called Texture Line that I carry the products for, and they have what's called a texture base, and it comes in black and it comes in neutral. I like to use the black. Probably the most of the time I use the black. Kind of your difference is, if you look, your light neutral base is going to give you a lighter kind of textured finish, which is nice for certain jobs. But the black tends to be a really nice dark base, and you can cover it real well with metallics or other paint colors that you want. I'm using one of these little flat blades that you can get at Home Depot, but you can also use, when I sell the stuff online in my store, I just cut these styrene pieces for people. Or you can also use, you know, like any credit card that you have. It'll blade with that as well. In fact, why don't we use that today just so you can see. So what you're going to do is you take your texture base and you go right onto your cheesecloth, and that's how you kind of set that first spot, and then it won't move anymore. And you don't go real tight like this because it'll just be too thin. When this starts to dry, it shrinks back a little. So some areas I leave a little bit thicker, and as I'm doing it I might pull or move my cheesecloth, but then I make sure and go over it. And on bigger pieces of furniture where you have to use two pieces or multiple pieces of cheesecloth because your surface is so big, you just lay the piece right down to where the one ends. You just kind of overlay the other one. It'll create a seam like this. And you just go over the whole thing, and it looks fine. It almost creates like a spine. Now when you get all your surface on through your cloth, you start at your other end where you started in the beginning, and you just slowly peel it back. You don't leave it on there till it dries. And you don't have to worry that any of your base color is coming through, because I'm going to paint this whole thing. Okay, when your surface is dry, I take a little sandpaper and just lightly hit the tops in case there's any picks. What you want to do is you want to paint over your surface. And on these chairs I'm going to use a silver mix. I like to use Metal Tech has it's called burnished silver, and I like to mix it with a little bit of another brand that I use. It's Modern Masters Silver Silver. So what I like to do is I like to mix a little bit of both together when I do my silvers. I take my paint. I'm going to paint over my texture. And the areas that are down in the cracks, you fill those by pouncing your brush in. And you don't have to cover it completely. You can leave some of it if you want, poking through. That's up to you. You can leave it like that if you like it, but what I usually always do is I put like something to age it. Another product that I use, that I carry and that I stock, is Liberon. It's a furniture wax, and it comes in tinted colors, so I like to use like the medium oak or the walnut. They're pretty close, and I found that this works really well if I just use like a credit card or a scraper or anything I'm going to use, and I'll blade it over the top, and then I just do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of at an angle, I'm using the same little credit card. And then I'll just take another piece of cheesecloth and I just kind of softly go over the top, because you don't leave most of that on. It'll knock it into the... But if you try to put it on with a cloth or like cheesecloth it on, it doesn't get down into your cracks the way it does if you push it down there with the scraper. That looks cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
like really cool.
Yeah, that's neat. Okay. So to review, you need your base coat, your texture base. Comes in black and neutral. You need a metallic, various colors, or you could use your own paint to go over the top. I have the Liberon in a couple different shades of brown. And you need your cheesecloth, which we actually carry that as well. I do them in packs of 6 if you need it, and it covers 20 square feet. You can find all the products you need if you're local to Metro Detroit. I have a store on Van Dyke in Shelby Township, or you can visit my online store at shop.babfinisher.com for all the texture products, metallics. We have a full line of CC Caldwell paints, caramel colors, all kinds of fun stuff. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed our how-to on reptile hide. Cool little chair. I only have 3 more to go.